So for me, I'm looking at this yellow line at $50.00. All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom. This is not financial advice. We're here to talk about all things investing, and today I want to give another update on the Bitcoin miners and on Bitcoin because there's a lot going on, and I think there's some buying opportunities. So let's start out by running through today's price action. It's about the middle of the trading day today on Thursday, and Bitcoin right now is about flat on the day. It's at down 0.16%. Bitfarms is down 2.37%. Cleanspark is down 0.16%. Marathon is down 1.21%. HUT is up 5.13%. RIOT is down 0.81%. Digital is down 2.06%. Hive is down 1.66%, and a new addition to our list, Greenage, is up 7.37%. So you'll see this is basically a red day with two green numbers, and really quickly on the green numbers, HUT had a 15% pullback yesterday based on the fact that they did a stock dilution. So this is just kind of a recovery from that 15% pullback. Greenage, which just converted from support.com, stock ticker SPRT, over to stock ticker GREE. They are a Bitcoin mining company. That stock has been decimated in the last week. It's down about 80%. So I think we're seeing a little bit of support here and having a little bit of a green day on that one. So other than those two, basically we're having a red day so far today. So having said that, let's go to the chart. So this is the same exact chart we've been looking at. And again, I'm not adding or subtracting any lines to this chart unless we do it together in these updates. So back here was September 7th. This was the flash crash. We worked our way down to bottom here on September 13th, where we tested this blue line at $44,000. That held up. And then it's kind of been straight up in a straight line ever since. Where we left off yesterday was right here. So I'm going to zoom in quickly. So I zoomed into this week's trading activity. So I've drawn a little green circle. This is where we made our video yesterday. That's where we were trading at. So we had just reached this $48,000 line, which we had been talking about all week as a critical line. Up until yesterday, it seemed like Bitcoin was following along our chart very predictably. We ran from the bottom at 44,000 up to this point of resistance / support at 48,000. When I zoom into just the last 24 hours of activity, we've basically been hanging out at this yellow line at 48,000. We hovered around, took a little bit of a downturn there, and stayed above it for a while after there, and then down again, and retested this spot, and now we're right back at 48, and we're just going sideways all trading day today, just right at around 48,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a short-term, we add purple lines for some short-term lines. So I just went ahead and added this purple line right here, which again, this is a short-term line of support that we'll use for the next few days to see if this holds or not. So you can see, we hit that right here. We hit it again right here. And then we hit it again this morning right here. So at $47,370, we've been finding support in the last 24 hours. And Bitcoin right now seems to be trying to decide if this $48,000 line is a line of support or a line of resistance. In the meantime, it's been trading back and forth in a very tight range between this purple line at 47.3, and it's been as high as about 48,400 in that time frame. So, that's just about a $1,000 range in the last 24 hours. So that's a very tight range for Bitcoin to be trading in. So I think we're left with the same question today as we had 24 hours ago. We've gotten to this line at $48,000. Is this support? Is this resistance? I'm actually expecting this to turn into support. I remain bullish. So I've got a line at 48,000. I am still targeting in the short term, which means the next couple of weeks, I'm still targeting this yellow line at $51,415. However, if we do break a little bit to the downside, if our purple very short-term line of support at 47,370 doesn't hold, we could potentially go down and test the green line at 46,743. That is a very strong line of support, so I'm expecting to hold that. So So I'm going to leave it at that in the meantime. I believe it's going to trade between those ranges, and I'm still looking for it to, even if it goes sideways for a little while, I'm looking for the next move to be up. So I want to take a look at a few of the specific miners because I think there's some things that are buying opportunity right now. So let's dig into a few of the charts. Before we do that, I just want to show you this chart really quickly. This is a chart comparing Bitcoin to, I picked CleanSpark, RIOT, Bitfarms, Marathon, and Hut 8. So these are graphed against each other for the trading action this week. So you can see as we sit here right now, Bitcoin on the week since Monday is up 8%. Marathon is this purple line right here, so it's up about 1.5% versus Bitcoin, which now it's at about 7.5% up. That's the best miner on the week. Most of the miners are down. CleanSpark's down 1.48%. Bitfarms is down 5.5%. And Hut 8 is down 7%. Now with Hut 8, that's a little misleading. Hut 8 had wildly outperformed the rest of the Bitcoin miners. And again, they did just do stock issuance yesterday, diluting their stock. So that's why that one is lagging at the bottom of the list. It has been at the top of the list for most of the last month and a half. But I think this is a quick visual to show you that all of the Bitcoin miners are lagging behind Bitcoin's price action this week. So I'm expecting these to catch up. Typically, the Bitcoin miners are ahead of the Bitcoin price action. So for them to be lagging behind this week, I'm expecting a period of catch-up. Okay, the first chart we're going to look at is Riot blockchain. And Riot, I think, is maybe the easiest one out of all of these. This is the last 3 months of trading for Riot. So I have had a purple line at $30 and then another one at $40. This has been trading very consistently between $30 and $40 for the last 3 months. This has been a very consistent trading range. It has broken out below this a little bit a few times, but pretty much we've been stuck between $30 and $40. I think this has been nice consolidation over the last week. Riot is basically sideways. It's at $29.90 right now, and it has been sitting between $29 and $30 for most of the last week. So I think we're having some consolidation. You can see on the chart that we looked at just a minute ago that this is lagging way behind what Bitcoin has been doing. So I have a box up here, this red area, which starts a little bit above $38 and goes to $40. So the trade here on this one, in my opinion, would be not to get greedy and go all the way up to 40, but this seems to be reliably trading between $30 and $38. So I'm expecting in the short term, and again, this is not financial advice. These are my charts. This is my thought process. I'm sharing this with you, and hopefully you guys will get some benefit from this. But I'm looking at what seems to be a pretty consistent trade between $30 and $38. So for me, I'm looking at this as a buying opportunity. So this is one of 3 or 4 things I'm potentially looking to buy into today. Let's go to BitDigital. BitDigital is also at a potential buying point for me. And let's go through the chart really quickly. So this had been beaten into submission, and you'll see back in July, this was under $4. So that never made any sense. I made a few videos if you want to go back and check them out. I was talking about this. I made a video when this got down to $4. You know, at that point for me, this was a blatant buy. So obviously there have been dramatic changes since then. It took off somewhere around July 30th. It took off. It has found significant support at this blue line at $10. And it did trade up to about $19 on August 6th. And you'll see it even wicked above that over $20 intraday. So it has pulled back since then. Since the middle of August, so about a month ago, it looks like we've been between $14 and $10. We've been trading, and again, all of a sudden consolidating here at the bottom of this trading range. So this is very similar price action. This has been a strong line of support in this recent run-up. So for me, I'm looking at this yellow line at $14.37. Obviously, all of these things are predicated on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin has a short-term pullback, then I do expect these things to hold their line of support, even in a pullback. So I don't think there's a lot of downside. This is your classic risk reward trade that I think is very healthy, skewed towards the reward side. So the downside is small. I've got a line at $8.52. I don't think we're going to see that line, but that would be, in my opinion, the downside. But I'm looking more towards a short-term move up to $14 once Bitcoin does its thing and starts to move back up over that $51,000 mark and maybe take off from there and start to test its previous all-time highs. This is another one I have on my list as potentially buying into today. It just looks like these are at a good spot to dollar cost average in, and so I'll probably be taking that opportunity on several of these stocks today. So let's take a quick look at HUT 8. So you can see that on August 17th, HUT 8 was under $6. Well, in just less than 1 month, this ran from, $5.86 up to, at its peak, around $11.30. That's a double. As an aside, we're almost at 3,000 subscribers. If you could do us a big favor and subscribe to the channel, also smash the like button and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. So this stock really outpaced all the other Bitcoin mining stocks over the last month. However, yesterday, they issued $150 million in stock, and that drove the price down quite a bit. But it drove it right back down to our line here around $9 that has represented support. It actually was a little bit under that for the day yesterday. It got into the 8s. This is another one that's sitting at, I think, for me, a buying opportunity. So I may dollar cost average into this one at this point right here. Even though it's up a few percent today, it's encouraging that it gravitated right back to the line of support that I have on my chart. So I feel good about this one in the short term. And again, I think $10.50, that's getting back to where it was basically yesterday. They did do a stock dilution of $150 million. That can have a short-term impact to the negative. I will be doing a video later on my opinion on that. I think it's actually a good thing, but it may delay the run up to $13 a little bit. So I think you can take this information and look for yourselves. Again, this is not financial advice, but this is how my charts look, and this is the way I'm planning on playing them. So thank you very much. That's all I have on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.